My Hero Academia is getting pretty hype on both fronts. In the anime, we have one of the most critical moments, especially in animation to this point coming up, and I can't wait to see it. And then, with the latest chapter, we get to see the fruits of everyone's labor. Things are looking good for us My Hero stans. But let's talk about chapter 256 and why I think this is leading towards the next big showdown. The chapter is showing us how everyone has grown from their work studies. I have got to start with my boy Deku. In just a short amount of time, it seems he has gained control over his Black Whip, albeit there are no mentions of his limitations on that yet. Can he use it freely like Full Cowl, or is there an extent to how long he can use it, or how long he can extend it? At the end of the chapter, we get to see All Might handing over a list of the previous One For All quirk users, so it may be the beginning of a journey for Midoriya to learn even more quirks. Along with that, we get to see how his personality has grown. He is no longer looking for the approval of All Might, he's trying to be his own hero in his own way. This is of course being pointed out by All Might with the statement, "You don't look back at me anymore." Among some of the other growing characters though, we have Aoyama with better control over his quirk, being able to create his naval saber, Toru being able to bend light, and Mina with her max viscosity. Let's talk about Mina and her latest upgrade though. She creates a acid man around her that basically gives her an acid defense and offense, which she specifically states that it was her version of Kirishima's Unbreakable. This keeping the story consistent on their relationship and how it's growing. These two, much like Midoriya and Uraraka, pushing each other forward. But more about relationships. We get to see a pretty cute moment between Midoriya and Uraraka where they acknowledge how they help make each other better. There were a lot more upgraded quirks to see this chapter, but those were the main ones that had a light shined on them. As for where I think the story is going, I think a really big fight is coming up. This has been pretty typical of My Hero up until this point. The only thing that concerns me within there is Horikoshi mentioning something about a time skip coming up soon, so we kind of have to see where it goes with that. We get to see some motives of the bad guys, aka the villain arc. We get to see some training for the good guys, aka the hero studies. Then we get to see the new quirks, and then there's an all-out brawl. So it looks like we're about to hit the UA versus Paranormal Liberation Front battle, and I am so ready for this. I wonder how this fight is going to go down, and the rematch between Midoriya and Shigaraki is one that not only can I wait for the manga to get to, but I can't wait to see it animated either. But let's not forget to touch on the last subject. Something is going on with Eri. It looks like her horn is growing, but she says she just feels weird. Does this mean we may have the return of Mirio's quirk soon? There are still so many questions to be answered though. What will become of Hawks during the final battle? Who does Bakugo want to tell his name to? Who is Dabi? And what will Eri's role be in the upcoming battle? Let me know your thoughts though. Of course, these are things I'll be talking about as soon as it happens, but hey, stick around. A new My Hero related video should be out around this time next week.